Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back into Crypto Mainly. My name's Lee. Thanks ever so much everybody for liking, subscribing and following me. Do appreciate it sincerely. It's really great. Thoroughly enjoy being able to give you my views on the market each day. So please do like, subscribe, switch on the bell. If you don't like the content, you could always unsubscribe. So please don't be put off by the number of subscribers here. 304 subscribers at the moment, and of course it's a brand new channel. So please do like, subscribe, turn on the bell, and you can always unsubscribe if you don't like the content. But hopefully that won't happen. So let's jump straight into the content today, guys. So as per the video yesterday, guys, you'll know that I'd actually moved my take profit by accident on the video previously. So my group didn't actually beat me up on that, which I was quite surprised. I told the group that we'd hit our profit objective, and we hadn't actually hit it at that stage. But not a single soul in my group actually pointed that out, or gave me a hard time over it, which is something actually I thought was going to happen, and it didn't happen. So that just goes to show the quality, the level of quality of people that I've got in the Telegram group. There's a really nice bunch of people in there. So if you are interested in joining a Telegram group, which has got it's full of crypto enthusiasts that are just a genuinely nice bunch of people that are there to help and to share their own content and give ideas and things. It's a really nice Telegram group. The link is in the description below to the public Telegram group, which is the one I'm talking about. It is free. There is a VIP Telegram group as well, also, which you can join by purchasing one of my NFTs or a subscription at $100 a month. So let's just talk about the content, guys. So we took the short position from at the top here. We did get the take profit, as I showed you yesterday. The measure of the move was this move here. So the wick high to the wick low there is this arrow. Obviously, you just measure from the wick low there. So we are around about sort of 75% of the move now, which I'm comfortable to say that we'll probably likely get a bounce somewhere around this region in the sort of 21,000 region. And there's a number of reasons why, which I'll talk to you about as we go. The S&P didn't actually move too much yesterday. Do watch my video from yesterday if you haven't seen it, guys, because this is something which is very, very important. We do need to keep our eye on this. You can see it did start to reject, but we got sort of a bullish bounce towards the end of the day yesterday. So do keep an eye on this ascending resistance line, guys. If I zoom out, you'll see it goes back to the. Let's just go to a higher time frame. You'll see that it goes back, all the way back to, in fact, 2015. So, and actually prior to that. So, you can see it's a significant trend line that we do need to keep an eye on there, guys. As I say, we're not, we're kind of we're bouncing along the bottom on the underside of it at the moment, and that's the only caveat to what I'm going to say really today, guys. If this starts to reject, it will draw the crypto market down with it. So do keep an eye on that. But having said that, back to Bitcoin. If we look at the daily chart, as we saw, the projection was to come back down. So we did get the rejection from the 55 there. That's the 55 exponential moving average. If you change it to the 55 SMA, then it's very similar. So daily we popped up. We got the rejection from the 55 and we rolled over. Looking at this on a daily, you can see actually we've come back down to this blue box shelf of support here, which is not very clear on the daily time frame here. But if we change to a weekly, you can see very clearly where that shelf of support comes from, and it forms the weekly high range to this doji low point, as you can see there, guys. And you can see, excuse me, that we've taken the rejection, we've come back down, we rejected from the 200 SMA on the weekly. So looking at a weekly time frame now. And we've come back down to that ledge of support. So it could be, this, you can see that it was this ledge of support is going to be significant. It's a weekly support, and it is going to be significant. So it's going to take some work for the bears to break through that. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but it's certainly going to take some work for the bears to do that. And as you can see, very clearly on the weekly, we're getting some nice support. And in fact, we got the wick down to the depths of that blue box range. Just so you can see, if I just move that out of the way, you can see that the wick did come into the blue box range, and we've got quite a nice bounce from that now. So let's hope that this holds. If we look at the a slightly different perspective on Bitcoin again, this is a 4-hour time frame, and this is the 200 SMA coming down here. So on a 4-hour time frame, we broke very we broke the 200 SMA with significant strength there. We've come back down, and we're actually retesting that now. And as you can see on the right hand side there, the 200 SMA is around the sort of 21,000 mark, and hence the reason I'm thinking that we may get a bounce from here. You will also notice, guys, if we do get a bounce, you'll notice a number of reasons why I think we might get a bounce. If we look at the lows of the ranges here, 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 the RSI. If you look at the bottom, this you can see where the RSI was at each of these bounce ideas, and the RSI is well into oversold territory now. And we are bouncing from the 200 SMA, which could act as should act as significant support. Be really nice to see if that holds. That would be great. So yeah, hence the reason I think that we might see the bounce here. And you'll also notice if we do, I do, the back of my mind, I am thinking about the S&P, because if that does roll over, as I said yesterday, it will draw the prices down, horrifically. So we have got to be mindful of that. But having said that, guys, the S&P could take a while. You can see here it took like the measure from this period of time where we were bouncing along the upper side of that, acting as support. That was about a month it took to break down. From the low to the high here has taken about a month. So so it may be that we bounce around on the underside of this resistance for for the next few weeks. But what with the news which is coming out this week, I suspect not. We've got a number of different news, significant news items coming out this week. What with the FOMC, the Fed Reserve, advanced GDP. There's all sorts of sort of news which we're expecting to be negative. Coupled with that, also we've also got the earnings report coming out for Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Visa, ExxonMobil, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, Alibaba. We've got some huge earnings reports coming out, and those are not going to be they're not going to be rosy earnings reports. So we have got to be aware of that. But having said that, if we do get some kind of AB equals CD move from here, you will notice that it does take us back up to around about the 26,500 mark. Which is, there is a couple of areas of confluence in the charts which would suggest that that is a target zone at 26.5. For example, here, if we look at the the measure of the the wick lows here to the wick highs, that brings us up to here, which is again 26,700. So again, confluence there that the 26.5. It is a target range on that chart also. So in respect of the breakout from this rising channel, if we do break bullish again, then the measure from that breakout. So what we're expecting is a bounce from the the 200 SMA. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do, but if it does get back above, the measured move is back up to the 26,500 mark. And the same here, an AB equals CD move will take us back up to 26,500. So there is a couple of areas of confluence there, guys. And as I say, RSI is oversold here, and obviously, the 400 SMA is going to be, it should hold as support, providing nothing too nasty happens in the traditional world. So let's see what happens. As I said, guys, be very careful. As I said yesterday. If the S&P does roll over, then we could actually break this long-standing support on Bitcoin. And if we do get that move from here back down to the bottom here, this is a similar move to this one here. It's about a 13% move. This one is about a 12% move back down to the downside. So comparable. So this 13% move here last time on the Bitcoin chart actually led to a 46% move. So if we project that out from the high, 46% takes us back down to through the long-standing support. Unfortunately, it will break that and then come down to around about the sort of 13,800 to 14,000 mark, which would again provide confluence with a number of things. Mid-range high here, and also if we go back to the to my analysis prior to this, where we talk about range lows to the range highs, the retracement 78.6 to the 88.6. the midpoint of the 78 to the 88.6 is the dotted line, which is where you get the consolidation. Same here, low to high between the 78 and the 88.6 is where you get the consolidation. The midpoint, right, low to high again, 78 to 88.6 mid range. The consolidation happens there, and now here we are yet again. Low to high, the 78.6 to the 88.6. The mid range of that, the dotted line, is actually, so 78. So sorry if I'm going a bit too fast. So range low, sorry, not range low, cycle low to cycle high, 78.6 to the 88.6 retracement. The midpoint of that is where we should expect to see the consolidation, and that is, provides confluence with if we get a 45% move from the recent high that we've just had, we come back down and then we retest this range high, so mid-range high here, and the cycle repeats itself. We're back between the 78.6 and the 88.6, the midpoint. Do we get some consolidation around the 14,000 mark? Back into the end for the next couple of months, consolidate around there, and then get breakouts sort of later in the year. It's possibility. So just be aware of that, guys. And just finish off with Ethereum. Ethereum, same again. I mean, I said yesterday that in the video that we'll watch for, once we break this range high here, be mindful that you've got this dotted line, you've got this resistance, and once we break that range high, people will be thinking everything's going higher. And I did see a few things on social media where everyone was getting very excited. The move was a very strong one, but as you can see, the rejection was even stronger, and I did warn of that yesterday in the video, guys. So hopefully you didn't fall foul of that. Incredible. I do find TA incredible. I've been in cryptocurrency since November 2018. I still find TA absolutely fascinating. If you look at the get that in the right place. So the rate, the wick low to the wick high here, and then you take the measure of the breakout. It's almost exactly to the dollar. Look, this wick high is almost exactly to the measured move. Yeah, absolutely fascinating stuff, really. But fascinating to some, shall we say? Not to everybody, I'm sure, but to me, to geeks like me, then I do find it fascinating. So if we take this range low here, we draw a fib to the high. You can also see that the when I said that if we get this breakdown, we'll come back down to this dotted line, which is around about the 1388 mark, and we're going to bounce from there. If we look at the draw a fib from the low to the high, you can see that 38.2 is at the shelf of support there. So on the way up, we found some resistance there. So now we're coming back down. Very likely that's the 38.2. So it'd be very, very normal and actually very healthy for us to come back down and to find that 38.2, and then actually for continuation higher. That would be quite a healthy thing to see. As you'll know, once you get a breakout, if you come back down, the 38.2 is really just a healthy retracement of a bullish move. And as you can see, that's what we've got here. We've got this is starting to turn into a bullish structure. So again, that would provide confluence with the fact that we might get some support from the 200 SMA on the Bitcoin price. So there are some bullish signs there, guys. But as I say, in the back of my mind, I can't help think about the S&P and what's going to happen with the traditional markets this week. So we do need to be aware of that. But I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Thanks ever so much for listening to me. And I look forward to speaking to you next time. Take care of yourselves. All the best now. And we'll speak soon. Thank you.